Namaste, hip hop hooray, bienvenidos amigos. It's your boy mikeY here with another fantastic flow. But actually, we're not going to be doing we're not going to be doing flow today. We're actually taking more of a yin direction. So things a lot more slower, focusing on poses for a long time, and especially a little more TLC to our hips. So whenever you're ready to get started, I'm going to have you go off onto your spines. You're going to need a couple of blocks for this session. So just keep those handy and close by. And then we'll lie down in Shavasana. Taking a few deep breaths while we're here, just letting our day come down. Smooth inhale through the nose and gently through the lips. Another long breath in. Then you're going to draw the right knee into the chest. Give it a great big hug here as you try to keep your left leg entirely on the ground. The only space is really right underneath that knee. And then we're going to do a reclined tree pose. So you're going to drop the right knee out to the side. Maybe relax your hands onto your tummy. And do your best to try to keep both hip points in line with your sit bones. And then extending the right leg out, we'll switch over to the left, drawing our knee into the chest. Go one more deep breath. And a reclined tree pose. So if ever you're like, mikeY, I can't do tree pose, all you gotta do is lie down. Don't worry about the balance. But I've often said to my students that tree pose is awesome because of course it comes with the benefit of balance, but primarily it is such a great pose for us to open up our hip. Then we're going to bring both feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana, Supine Butterfly. Release the hands from your tummy onto the floor by your side, palms facing up, and peacefully breathe. On your next inhale, reach the arms back and stretch. Exhale, relaxing. And then dropping the knees side to side. We're going to roll over into a fetal position on our right side using the arm as a pillow. And then taking a seat when you feel ready. And as soon as you're up, just take a few moments to breathe. The idea about yin is that it's the complete opposite of the yang. So all the fire, all of the hustle and bustle that we're constantly pushing ourselves through, we need to know that that can't exist without even the slightest bit of yin. So just give yourself gratitude for not putting it all into one basket and for honoring your body, your mind, and spirit with this moment of peace. Take a long breath in as you fill the belly up. And exhale. Again, another deep breath in. And out. Reaching the arms up high to the sky. You're going to do a cactus arm so you could open your chest. Good. Reach the fingertips up again. And then hands to your heart. One more time. Hands go high. Open the chest. Reach up and extend the arms. And then we're going to exhale onto all fours, tabletop position, hands and knees. So just a couple cat-cows here, maybe 2 or 3. Hopefully you already caught our video on back bending, so I don't want to make your back do too much for this. Let's go one more. Awesome. Come into a flat back, neutral spine. So the right leg's going to step between the hands. We're going to come up into a low lunge. Now, anybody with any knee injuries, first thing you could do is either tuck your toes, alleviate some pressure from that knee, or put a pillow or blanket underneath. So that way, as you start to get deeper and deeper, you're not feeling any kind of discomfort. And speaking of getting deeper and deeper, make sure that it's coming in through the base of your thigh and not onto your kneecap, all right? There's a lot of times where we just want to get low to the ground and we don't even realize that we're on that tiny little bone, that patella bone, and it's not strong enough to hold us. So try to get low through the base of the thigh. If you're just starting your day, maybe you do some intention setting, thinking about what's going to help you get through this day. All this hustle and bustle, where will you find your yin? If you're just coming down from your day, maybe you're just detaching yourself from everything that might have happened, detaching from work, detaching from daily stresses, the to-do list, and still finding that yin through all the hustle and bustle. Take one more breath, and then slide back into a child's pose. If you want something more restorative, you can put the knees together, using one of those blocks, placing it underneath your forehead. Good. Then coming back onto all fours, we're going to switch, placing that left foot between our hands. And again, switching whatever platform we may need to put that right knee under, whether it's a tuck of the toes or 2, 3 pillows. Lose yourself in your breath right now, taking 10 long, slow breaths. Four deep breaths. And then easy as we slide back into another child's pose, taking it in any direction that you want to take it. Excellent. Bringing ourselves up. We'll go back into our table, moving into a runner's lunge. So contrary to putting our foot in the middle, we're actually going to slide it off of the mat. Those hands down in the middle. And again, as I mentioned before, you want the base of that thigh to be your ground in the back leg. So we're here for a couple of minutes. I recommend getting a couple blocks in case you want to get lower to the ground, but the forearms aren't exactly there yet. One of the great benefits about Yin Yoga is that this is the one that actually helps us to get more flexible. Not that the other yoga doesn't, but the reality is that our central nervous system takes about 2 minutes to actually adapt to what's happening in a still posture like this. So just flowing through it 10 seconds at a time, you'll get there, but it's not the same as really indulging into it. But going from a vinyasa flow class to a yin class, you're that much closer to meditation and just being able to free your mind anytime, any place. Let's take another 30 seconds or so. Relax, long breath. And easy as you bring yourself up. Sliding back. Left leg's going to come up. Take your time getting there. Mount yourself up. And again, we'll spend a couple minutes here just indulging that hip stretch. And friends, don't forget that in case you ever want to build mobility or get a little stretch like this, something nice and chill, join us every Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're here. We can catch a live class with me, and I'd be more than happy to take personal requests to anything that your body might need for that time. Maybe we can get down to the forearms now. Ooh. See, it's asking a lot from me on my left side. I'm a lot tighter on this one, and if you notice that you're tighter on one side too, I'm gonna check you with some reality real quick. You probably stand on that leg all day and you don't even notice it. 'Cause, standing still on both legs, like, how is that sexy for an Instagram photo, right? You gotta do that booty pop. But I want you to just be conscious of that, like, oh snap, this could be tighter because I'm standing on it a lot longer, so let me switch up my booty pop here and there. Let's take 5 long breaths, make them into Mississippis. Beautiful, amigos. Go ahead, bring yourself up. And then easy as you slide back, we're going to go into a child's pose. I want you to take both of those blocks that you got, put them out in front of you, separate with your head between, and you're just going to drop the head down with the hands on top of the blocks. One more deep breath. And then easy as we roll up. All right. Now, if anybody's got any knee injury or you're just not a fan of pigeon pose, I'm going to ask you to do a figure four stretch instead. For the rest of us, we're quickly going from a down dog or tabletop where we could just slide the knee outside of that right wrist, getting the right foot up as high as we can, and then finding ourselves in our pigeon. Remember, we could always put the block underneath that space under our right hip, and then melting ourselves down to the ground. So in today's session, between the low lunge, the runner's lunge, and the pigeon, we're attacking all different sides from where the tightness may come from that hip socket. So right now you should be feeling it closer to the posterior part of your body. In other words, by your sit bones, by your booty cheeks. And if you're not, think about rolling a little bit more over to the left. Five more deep breaths. And as you gently release yourself from this posture, you're going to swing the right leg back, give it a good shake out, and do a few circles with that knee. Once you hit both directions, you could switch to the other side and take your time to get there. Remember, you can always pause the video in case I'm going a little too fast or slow motion my ass. So here's a good example of where I'll talk about that space again. You could clearly see it underneath my left hip. So that's where I would throw a block underneath. So that way I don't feel like it's such a mission for me to stay up like this. Melting ourselves down. Good, just about another minute. Again, freeing your mind. Anytime the mind starts to wander, come back to your breathing, saying, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. If you could throw on a dope playlist, just maybe some slow jams for this session. Anything to just help ease, again, the central nervous system. Once we could put it into our minds, our bodies will translate it like that. Take your last breath. And easy as you bring yourself up. Ooh, you're going to swing the leg back. Do a couple circles with that one. And then easy standing up onto the knees. Real quick, we're just going to do a modified camel. I want you to throw your hands to your low back. Give a little push to the hips as you look up. And then easy sit back. Let's actually sit on one of our blocks. Of course, you don't have to if we're going to go wide angle splits. So if you're better off without the block, then I want you to be the best you could possibly be. That's all I ever ask whenever you watch these videos. I don't care if you're working out, if you're going for the next Ironman competition, whatever it is, I want you to be at your most comfortable. All right? So, You got your toes up. You're in a good position where you could do the best wide angle split, reaching up high to the sky. You're going to come down forward as much as possible. For any tighties out there like me, we could always use the second block for our head. Or in case anyone's just getting back into the yoga game, maybe it's your first one. If you have a stability ball, one of those big workout balls, or a couch or something, just bring your head up against that or the couch. Good, a few more breaths. See if you get lower. Maybe you lower the block down more. And easy as you come up into a butterfly. Feet together, knees apart. Relaxing the forearms onto the inside of the knees so that they add a little bit of pressure. And again, gravity just takes over in helping open those hips. Excellent. I'm going to keep facing frontal here. And if you want to actually, it's not a bad idea for you to turn because it could be more comfortable for your knees. But one of the last little hip openers we're going to do is a full frog. Anybody modifying, remember you can always do half frog. So getting yourself into a tabletop position with the knees on the mat, I want you to start to lower down and widen the knees at the same time. Once you're down to your forearms, see how wide you can bring those knees out to the side with your toes facing out as well. And then remember, you want to line up the knees with the ankles too, because from an arrow position, which I wish I had a camera to show you for that, this would definitely look like a little froggy. Now, if you're doing single leg, go for the single leg. I'll give you a little cue to switch, but we're here for about a minute. If any of my motorcycle friends are riding, or I'm sorry, of course you're riding, but any of my motorcycle friends are watching, frog pose is a great pose after a long ride and to prepare you for a ride as well too. Good. If you're going single, switch. Now, getting out of frog pose is a whole other thing, but I'm going to guide you through that. Let's take 4 more deep breaths. And if you're double with me, you're going to go 1 foot into the center at a time. As you press into the forearms, drift those knees back in close to about hips distance. Taking your last child's pose. And then if you want to turn, portrait mode on your mat again, you may. Slowly bring yourself up, swing the legs out in front of you. And then easy as we lower down to our spines, 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Left hand goes to the right knee, twisting across the body as you reach the right. Back to the middle. Exchange your legs. Opposite hand to knee as you pull to the right and look to the left. Coming back to the center. Big inhale. We're going to hug the knees in as tight as we can. And then exhale, release. Coming into our final Shavasana where we could just relax. Letting all those long, engaging poses take effect as we release and relax our brains. Slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. Shavasana. Slowly start to reset, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then reach your arms back to stretch. You could either stay here or roll to your side. Take a seat whenever you want to. And as soon as you're sitting, take this as a moment to meditate with your eyes closed, your hands relaxing on your knees, and breathing as peacefully as possible. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Indulging in the peace and stillness in this moment. Give yourself gratitude for making the decision to slow down. So oftentimes we tell ourselves that we always need to be something. We always need to be strong. We always need to be working or doing something. And it's hard to really take in those moments of pause to think that we actually deserve them. But the truth is you probably deserve more than what you give yourself. But in this moment, you took the time to acknowledge that, to appreciate that. Place one hand on top of your heart and say to yourself, I deserve this moment of peace. Again, I deserve this moment of peace. Place the other hand on top of your heart, feeling all the gratitude for the yin that you've given yourself in this crazy nonstop world, knowing that now that you've cultivated this energy, you may be able to pass it on to others. My friends, your heart has been there for you from the very start. That smile on your face makes this world a better place. And I truly thank you for your happiness and health. Appreciate, respect, and always love yourself. Namaste. Friends, thank you so much. I needed this probably just as much as you did. I want to remind you that we're here every Saturday live on Zoom for classes. In case there's anything that you want to get done, I'm here. www.mikeybud.com. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you love, and I'll see you for the next time. Peace out.